So the Raiders, they're really shaking things up after that rough 4-13 season.
Yeah, you could say that again.
Pearson Telesco, they're out.
Out of there.
Which means the hunt is on for a new head coach and GM.
Big changes coming.
And this is going to have some major ripple effects, especially for Maxx Crosby.
He's been pretty vocal about the need for stability and a winning culture, right?
Exactly. He's seen a lot of turnover in his time with the team.
6 years, 3 GMs, 3 head coaches.
That's a lot of change for any player to deal with.
Especially when you're trying to build something, create a winning environment.
And he actually used the word eerie to describe the atmosphere around the team.
Oof. Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Not exactly a vote of confidence, is it?
Not really. When you think about it, it's got to be tough on a guy like Crosby.
To put in all that work week after week.
And see the leadership and the game plan changing constantly.
It's no wonder he's looking for a team that's built for the long haul.
Absolutely. And we can't forget about his contract situation either.
All right, it expires in 2027.
No guaranteed money left.
So depending on who they bring in as head coach, his future with the Raiders is a big question mark.
It's all up in the air right now.
So let's talk about some of those potential coaches. There were some big names being thrown around.
Oh, yeah. Some interesting possibilities.
Dan Johnson, Deion Sanders.
Wow, big names right there.
Even Bill Belichick's name has come up.
Now that would be a game changer.
Each one would bring a completely different approach to the team.
Totally different styles, yeah.
Johnson's offensive scheme is all about quick passes, creating space for playmakers.
Someone like Hunter Renfrow would thrive in that system.
Exactly, but they'd need to really bolster that offensive line to make it work.
No doubt, protection is key for any quarterback.
Then you've got Deion Sanders. He brings that star power, a proven track record at the college level.
He's got the charisma, the energy, but can he translate that to the NFL?
That's the big question. And would his coaching style mesh with a veteran like Crosby?
It's a gamble for sure.
And then there's Belichick, a true legend.
The GOAT, some would say.
But would he even consider the Raiders?
It's hard to say. He's always been a bit of a mystery.
And how would he handle a roster that needs some serious work, especially at quarterback?
That's the million-dollar question right there.
Crosby did say that he thinks Johnson's the best play caller in the league right now.
High praise coming from a defensive player.
Definitely. It shows that Johnson's system has earned respect on both sides of the ball.
No question about it. But whoever takes this job is going to face some real challenges.
Yeah, they're inheriting some serious problems.
The quarterback situation is a mess, and there are holes all over the roster.
But they do have some things working in their favor.
Okay, like what?
They've got a decent amount of draft capital and cap space.
True. That gives them some flexibility to make moves.
They could address some of those needs.
The key is using those resources wisely, though.
Absolutely. They need to target the right players, guys who fit the new coach's system.
And who can make an impact right away.
Finding the right pieces to complement Crosby and the rest of their core is crucial.
It's all about building a cohesive unit.
Now, Crosby himself is coming off a season-ending injury.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
But he has given a positive update on his rehab.
That's good to hear. Raiders fans will be relieved.
Of course, his recovery timeline and how it affects his next contract, that's something we'll be watching closely.
Absolutely. A lot to keep an eye on.
It's an interesting situation for sure.
Definitely.
All right, so we've got a lot more to unpack here, but that's a good overview of the Raiders' current predicament.
Yeah, a lot of moving pieces.
So is there a coach out there who can turn this team around?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the biggest stories in sports.
We'll be back soon with more analysis and insights, so stay tuned. It's not just about finding a coach who can design plays.
That's right.
It's got to be someone who can really build that winning culture Crosby's been talking about.
Someone to get the players fired up.
Exactly. A real leader who sets a clear vision, holds everyone accountable.
Think about what that could do for Crosby's game.
Oh, man, a coach who knows how to get the best out of him.
Put him in a position to really dominate.
We could be talking Defensive Player of the Year.
Easily.
But we got to think about the whole roster, too.
True.
This new coach is going to have to make some tough decisions, especially at quarterback.
That's the big one.
Do they stick with what they've got?
Or look for a fresh start, draft, free agency, who knows?
Yeah, it's a crucial decision.
They need someone who can execute the new coach's vision.
And make the most of those weapons on offense.
Assuming they can fix that offensive line.
And add some more receiving threats.
Right. Got to give the quarterback some help.
And let's not forget about the AFC West.
Oh, man, that division is brutal.
A gauntlet. Some of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Top defenses, too.
The Raiders need a coach who can build a contender.
And outsmart those rivals.
Week in and week out.
A tall order.
It is, but not impossible. They've got resources.
Draft capital, cap space,
They can make some moves.
be aggressive in free agency.
Find players that fit the new system.
Exactly. It's not just about spending money, though.
Right. Got to be strategic.
Find players that complement Crosby and the rest of the core.
Build a team, not just a collection of names.
Guys who can contribute immediately.
And fit the culture the new coach is building.
Speaking of which, Crosby's injury.
Oh, yeah. How's he doing?
He said positive things about his rehab.
That's good.
But realistically, what's the timeline?
Will he be ready for next season?
It's early, but Crosby's a fighter.
Strong work ethic. He'll do everything he can to get back.
But the new coach and GM have to be prepared for anything.
What if he's not ready?
Exactly. They need a backup plan.
And then there's the contract situation.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Did they give him a long-term extension?
Guaranteed money at his age with the injury.
Risky.
But it's about more than just Crosby.
Right. It's a message to the whole team.
Are the Raiders serious about winning?
Are they willing to invest in their players?
It's a gamble.
Big time.
If Crosby comes back strong.
They could have a dominant defense for years.
But if he doesn't,
They're stuck with a big contract.
for a player past his prime,
Tough call.
and the new coach's philosophy will play a big role.
Does he value veterans like Crosby?
Or is he going to build through the draft?
Focus on young talent.
So many factors to consider.
It's what makes this coaching search so fascinating.
More than just X's and O's.
It's about finding the right fit for the Raiders' vision
Someone who can create a winning culture.
and build a team that can compete for years to come.
It really all boils down to leadership.
Finding the right person to guide this team.
Someone who can earn that respect in the locker room.
Establish a strong identity for the Raiders.
And get everyone on the same page working towards that shared vision.
It's about more than just the X's and O's, you know?
Right. It's about leadership, communication,
Creating that culture of accountability.
where players are pushing each other, striving for their best.
They need a coach who can connect with veterans like Crosby.
But also develop the young talent, build a foundation for the future,
Someone who understands the pressure cooker of the AFC West.
and can handle the spotlight of Las Vegas.
Imagine what it would mean if they brought in a proven winner.
It would send a huge message to the league.
The Raiders are back. They're serious contenders.
And that could attract top free agents, make them a more desirable destination.
It's a chance to rewrite the narrative.
They've been stuck in this cycle of inconsistency for so long.
This is an opportunity to hit the reset button, build a team that can compete year after year.
And for Crosby, these next few years are critical.
He needs to be in a winning environment.
A place where he can reach his full potential, chase that championship ring.
The right coach could make all the difference for him.
The Raiders are at a crossroads.
This coaching hire, it could shape the franchise for the next decade.
Huge implications for the players, the fans, the future of the silver and black.
So as we wrap up, the big question remains, who will they choose?
Who will lead the Raiders into the future?
And how will that decision impact Crosby and the entire organization?
Only time will tell.
But it's going to be a fascinating journey, that's for sure.
So what do you think out there?
Who's the best fit for the Raiders?
Let us know in the comments below.
And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth analysis of the biggest stories in the NFL.
We'll be back soon with more. Thanks for watching.